Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So I promised I'd talk about potential story negative. This is brought up in the comments, and I actually agree. I was going to bring it up later. I was just curious if they were going to go anywhere with it, but they kind of haven't so far. Oh, I remember, Luthor. Yeah, player perception is a strange thing. Speaking of player perception, actually, before we go any further, I do want to say, as a reminder, if anybody is currently a funder of Wrath of the Righteous or Rogue Trader and wants to stop being a funder of that, just let me know. I can reallocate any of your funding or priority towards another game of your choosing. Back to it. So far, I haven't seen anything that's really explained this. I don't want to call it a plot hole, but I don't know what else to call it. Plot convenience. So here's the thing, right? That over there, you see that? That's a big old Lucre Hulk that quite some time ago, Ravis showed up and took over with his gang of raiders. Okay, cool. I can't quite show it from this angle. Hang on. Give me a second. Okay, right over there, you can't see it, but it's where the beam is coming from, is a giant freaking tower, which if I had any height right now, you could actually see. Because it's pretty obvious and visible over there, right? What took Ravis so long to find the damn tower? Remember, we actually have already seen this, thanks to memories and data logs, or whatever you want to call them. Ravis is here to find Dagon. Ravis has probably been here for a very long time to find Dagon. And don't give me that no key thing. Like, that's such a lame excuse. You remember how... Do you remember the specific way in which Dagon and Ravis united? Oh, that's right. It was through the wall that was bust open. You remember that? You cannot tell me that with time and a crew and a ship that Ravis wouldn't have been able to just kind of carve his way in. Like, don't even. And that's the point. He didn't have the key. Now, yeah, exactly, Darkrai. I agree with that, Righteous Ham, but he's also had several centuries to make this happen. And that's the problem. There are ways to make this make sense, but I was actually thinking about this morning while I was doing the dishes. All of them revolve around the idea that Ravis doesn't want to find him. The only way that this is not a plot hole is if Ravis didn't want to find him. And the reason I haven't jotted this down as a negative yet is because I've been waiting for the game to explain why. And so far I have heard nothing. He has definitely been the dutiful hound. Yeah, no, exactly, Cycloud. Now, what's funny, there is actually a way this could make perfect sense. I've actually been thinking about this. So, get rid of the key for a second, okay? Just throw that out the window. It's not even relevant. Instead, make it so that we find the tower, and there's less and less forces the closer we get to the tower. Less raider forces. Okay, that's strange. And we finally get in, and we're like, huh. And just have, like, don't have Cal comment on it. We're not 5. But have visible signs of someone forcing their way into the facility. And we're just kind of going through the doors that have already been opened. Okay. But then we get to the Bacta tank, and he's just floating in the Bacta tank. He's like, huh, that's strange. Then we reach out with the Force, connect to him, wake button up, you get it right. And then... I guess we could have a boss fight. I already had given my thoughts on the boss fight. The idea is that Ravis shows up right then. It's like, finally! You don't have to have him have any other lines of dialogue. Just the word, finally. At that point, I would let it go. Because the idea there is that Ravis probably found him centuries ago. And couldn't wake him up. Because he needed someone to connect with him through the Force, which Ravis doesn't have, in order to actually... awaken him. So Ravis has just been squatting here, waiting for a Force user to show up. If you wanted to, you could flesh this out as a background element. Maybe he has been causing trouble in the area for some time, trying to get anybody's attention to get in here and deal with this, and just has failed because, you know, it's been an interesting couple of centuries. And there you go. Boom. Plot hole closed immediately. What's doubly interesting, it wouldn't surprise me if this was the intent. Because you'll notice, in the actual cutscene, Ravis is there very quickly after we wake Dagon up. We wake him up, we fight him, and then whoosh, right? Seconds after the fight, he's right there. I have a feeling this might be yet another victim of the whole unpolished problem that this game has.
What's our next destination?
But I don't know. As is, it's just weird.
They will be expecting us.
Cal and I made it through the Lucre Hulk all right.
You and I have different definitions of all right.
I wonder why Dagon sent Ravis instead of coming here himself.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing, Righteous Ham. Loading. Loading. Loading.
Buckle in, Cal. Time to land.
Still cool looking.
Vulture droids. Looks like Ravis has more separatist toys than we thought.
Doesn't look like they spotted us yet. Think you can land?
I don't know. The risky part's gonna be taken off again, and the last thing I want is to be stuck on this haunted rock.
You could always build a second cantina. Franchise.
Hey, how about you save the jokes for later, Jetpack?
I can hide the mantis.
Last I checked, this ship isn't equipped with a cloaking device. What is she doing?
Here we go.
I was saying, not the first time she's done this.
Trust her.
Okay, that was impressive.
We will drop you off. Good luck with Ravis.
And to you.
Hey, kid. Hurry back.
Jetpack, man the guns.
Copy that.
Oh, and I might need some of your blood. In case I get tired.
Hit me, Huthor. What's your theory? By the way, hi, Kaisen Zero. Spoilers.
Can't make any sense of this place, Cal. Be careful.
Home again, jiggity jig.
Raiders are locking this place down.
Yeah, the motion capture's been pretty solid. Except when it isn't. It's been very inconsistent. I have actually already given a negative for animation in addition to a positive for animation.
To center myself.
Because that's just the game we're playing.
All set.
Am I even going the right way? No.
It's Ravis's ship. He's headed for the tower. Best way up is through the array.
Almost at a kill point there. The facial rigging has been noticeably bad in several scenes. I don't even mean the NPCs, which barely have animation. I mean even main characters just have some very strange rigging. Hi.
Don't open it. No problem. We need to follow. You'll pay.
I didn't shoot you there, lady. I don't want to hear it.
Maybe Centauri hit the compass in the tower.
Actually, would you believe I have an exact example off the top of my head? There was a scene relatively earlier on when we were at Jeddah for the first time where we met Seer, and the camera zoomed really close to her face, so there's no avoiding it. And her facial animation was what I would refer to as actively bad. It is worth noting I had given that negative before that scene, but it was one that stuck out at me.
I heard the boss wants to go through the event. Wait, do you hear that?
Yeah, the first time. Yeah, no kidding, Carol White Noise. Thanks, Separatists. Now, if I'm remembering correctly, I actually gave that same negative to Jedi Fallen Order, so it might be a case of just, it's still bad. As opposed to better or worse.
Only way through is the firing chamber. Yeah, I don't love the idea either.
This looks safe.
I think the forest array brought this place back to life. Each array activated the next. Dagon was right about Centauri.
This is Star Wars. I don't think I've even heard of OSHA in any era. Palpatine was like, yeah, we don't need these. I mean, I forget what it's called, but the thing that inspired Indiana Jones was absolutely also an inspiration for Star Wars, so it kind of makes sense that you have this wild, crazy, not really safe vibe to most of the locales.
Cut short. We didn't survive. I look forward to picking up where we left off.
That would be funny. Where are you from? The OSHA sector. And we need to have a chat.
He owes his master everything. Dagon Gera. He owes him a life debt. Whatever Dagon commands, it will succeed.
Wouldn't catch me being bossed around like that.
Be silent and stand guard.
Roger, roger.
Oh god, you're right. The Old Republic would have OSHA. It would just be like a colossal mess and wouldn't work.
On him! This is important. Now. Take him out.
Come on, guys. I'm right here.
Now.
Oh my god, I got an achievement for that. I was just being funny.
All
Wow, that actually evaporates the droids. Cal, could you stop tanking the floor, please? It's really irritating. Where are they? Hello, KKDDAA. What is up?
I'm opening fire.
Thanks for the warning.
How long have you laid dormant? Soon, you will sing again.
Hey, Cal. You there?
I'm here. You all okay?
We're managing. No rush, but hurry up and let us know when you're on your way back.
Will do.
This is not the Empire, no. This is a bunch of 2-bit raiders. As I mentioned earlier, it actually makes a lot of sense that our primary antagonist this time around is not the Empire. We kind of already did that. Yeah, for all intents and purposes, we're dealing with a local warlord. Put this into a bit of perspective, they don't even have a single capital ship to their name. They have one crashed capital ship, which they have repurposed into a base, and some of the hardware on board, and a bunch of droids, and that's it.
Good job.
Yeah, I played the game. That's what changed my mind. No, I'm kidding. Nothing changed my mind. Neither of those two statements are incongruent. Here's what actually happened. So I have disliked Final Fantasy XIII from the very beginning. From the very, very first time I played it, I didn't enjoy it. However, I was dealing with the internet. I don't know if you've ever been on the internet before. But the internet tends to deal with a lot of people of extremisms and hyperbole. So people would say that FF13 is the worst game in the history of the ever, which is nonsense. The reasons they would actually give for it being the worst game in the ever were also really tiny relative issues compared to actually major things. Like, what are the major talking points about why FF13 sucks? Ugh, the data log. Ugh, the clopping. Ugh, the corridor, right? Those are not the reasons FF13 sucks. So when I went through and reviewed it, it did not score particularly well, negative 361, by the way, because it's not a very good game. Yeah, there's more to it than that, and even then, there are worse games that I've played. In fact, there's a worse Final Fantasy game that I've played. Yeah, actually, ironically, FF13, that's another thing. Everyone says, oh, the game finally becomes good after X period of time. No, it doesn't. It actually noticeably gets worse when we get to the point of the game most people refer to.
You're resilient, I'll give you that. But power is everything. Power is you will see my power for yourself. I always wondered something about the Jedi. Your ideals teach patience, peace, humility. Yet these were empty mantras. Jedi brutality. That is what the galaxy remembers in the Clone Wars. Not diplomacy, Those who fell to this empire are a pale shadow compared to those from Dagon's age. And yet, this here. Perhaps you'll surprise me. Must want to know very badly. How far would you go, I wonder? You've already killed me. Maybe you're no different than the Empire throne. I will show you no mercy. In turn, I will expect none from you. Surrender is a prison. Attack is exactly a prison again. A cage is the only true defeat. Dominance is the only true victory.
I liked that section I just went through. Did you? It was kind of subtle because that whole thing was one encounter, but it actually had a couple of backup options there. The inclusion of the grappling points was a nice little bit of thing. I mean, you could say it's cheating for common parlance, and that's fine, but, like, again, I wanted to review it for archival and historical purposes, and I think FF2 on the NES is worse than FF13. It really should be, as Darkrai said. If it's not worse, we have a problem.
We're not done yet.
We're done. Oh, sorry. It's never been more over. Do you want me to go in? It wants me to go in, doesn't it? Alright, hang on. Yeah, alright, hang on. Hold up.
Let's get him.
I was just wondering, what is the purpose of this beam? And why is it only firing periodically?
The hour approaches for you to make Dagon's vision real once more.
Also, yeah, I love the fact that he's like, maybe you're as bad as the Empire because you've killed to get what you want. And it's like, dude, do you... Okay.
Resistance reveals the path.
That's an interesting random-ass hint there. The death what now? Push-ups? Listen, if you kill even one enemy, you are exactly as bad as Hitler himself. Mockingbirds. The mass murderer. I'm kidding. Hi, Mockingbirds. Or should I say Mocking Hitler? Wait, that would actually be a good name, wouldn't it? Damn! I need to write that down.
Freeze lab. Doubt she ever thought it would come to this. She made her choices, but if it helps us find a home that's free of the Empire, so be it.
So, what happens when they find your home and brute force their way in because they have enough bodies to throw at the problem?
Huh. This is different.
Listen, I get it. You played a bard in D&D. I'm with it, Mockingbirds.
Very nice. Need to center myself.
I mean, ditto, Wolf Alex. When I actually sat down and reviewed it, FF13 was worse than I remembered. Probably because I'd never beaten the game without cheats before.
Jedi, you are nearly too late. I await you in the control tower. Reach me if you can.
Jedi. He's un Jedi.
What's that?
I have no idea. I mean, I can name a dozen games that pull that exact trick, Cycloud. Just mass murdering your way through everyone. But wait! We're confronted with Mecha Hitler. I refuse to kill Mecha Hitler. And the Mecha Hitler, one of two things happens. Either Mecha Hitler gets away and causes more death and devastation. Or, Mecha Hitler's like, oh, I'll kill you. And then, like, he ends up killing himself. No! And then the hero's hands are clean.
Stay alert. Keep a tight perimeter. The Jedi has been sniffing around, and I am letting him through. Give me one good chance. I'll have some fun. You ever fought a Jedi before, son? No. Never seen a lightsaber up close. If you had, maybe you wouldn't be in such a rush to see one again. I am not afraid. Let me at him. Your funeral, son. Your funeral.
Actually, you know one of my favorite scenes like that? It's in Legend of Dragoon. I won't spoil the characters, but there's this part where the guy's like, kill me! And you pull back your sword, and then, like, drop it as you're going for the punch, and then just slug the guy in the face. Right across the chest. It was great. And it was, hey, you want to see a lightsaber? Hi!
This one's mine.
You gonna come here?
You running from me?
No, actually. Hello? Whoa, hello. My biggest problem with the heroes don't kill trope is specifically the fact that it's almost always used as an excuse for the villains to then cause more issues down the line. And that's it. That's its point and purpose, so that the Joker continues to be alive. Metaphorically. Also literally, but, you know.
No test so far has been successful.
Dagon Gera has belief.
Then he senses something I do not.
I mean, yeah, exactly, Righteous Sam. Alright, we've captured the Joker. Oh no, he committed suicide. Yeah, give me a break. Well, we still don't have the balloon ability. Oh yeah, that's another. There's always... That's one thing that irritates me personally. Not objectively, but just personally most. You're the same as I am. Which is almost always used by someone who is basically Hitler. Usually a mass murderer or torturer or just this monstrously evil person. Said to someone who has done, like, one morally gray thing. Now, as usual, that can be used well. You know, maybe if the hero is having self-doubt issues, or maybe there's some kind of... What the hell? You see that? Yeah, I can open that door through this wall. Anyways. It can be used well if the hero is already has a pre-existing issue, or the villain is just projecting, and like the hero rejects them, or it's just something that makes this work. But usually it's just some way to kind of create artificial drama, like, oh my god, you're right, I am exactly as bad as Turbo Mecha Hitler, because one day I accidentally did something I never meant to do.
Gotta unlock this.
I like Persona 5, but Persona 5 had this problem too, just to name a specific example.
We have a containment breach!
Get down!
Because obviously I don't want the heroes to become the Punisher. Duh. But like, come on guys. Cal, you can very clearly... Do you know how to bend your knees, Cal? The answer is no. That might be the most literal chest-high wall we've ever seen. It's a little bit of an invert, but, you know, whatever. Okay. I'm actually not sure what the game wants from me in this room. Not the first time I've said that, but it has been infrequent. Yeah, pumpernickel. What am I supposed to do here? Oh my god, my nose itches. I hate my nose itching. Ah. Oh sure, what's your hand game?
Way out of here is blocked by Kobo matter. Is there an orb around here?
Yes, there's an orb over there, you frickin' moron. Okay, I'm gonna go on record as saying that this is a dumb puzzle. I'm serious. The fact that the solution is roll the orb down the extremely obvious opening that I could effortlessly walk through if I wanted to is really stupid.
On Kobo. Was it made here?
No. God, Cal, come on, work with me.
That gadget we found in the stone spires. Think you can help here? You've got this one.
Yeah, hit me, Righteous Ham. What do you got? Anybody can always suggest negatives and positives. I don't always agree, but you can always suggest them, and I kind of encourage people to. Double checking something. Okay, so that one's not lit. That's not true, Luthor. Breath of the Wild wouldn't get the negative. Negative for lack of boobs. No, Marin's right over there. Alright, so I don't think I could get that up here. I can try. Also Seer, while we're on the subject. Let's see if this works. I don't think it will, but let's see if this works. Oh, never mind, that is actually working. Kind of. Smear this over here real quick, and then jump down, jump down, jump down, jump down. Stop being stupid, Cal. For 5 seconds, that's all I'm asking. 5 seconds. Come on, come on, come on. 5 seconds. Up, 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 up. I'm holding up. Go up. God damn you. That's an interesting question. Where is Kobo, I wonder? I bet the game doesn't actually have an answer for that. Because unless Kobo is somewhere near the core... Yeah, we chose a very interesting location to come to. They even have a throwaway line of, we can't possibly land anywhere around here. We can now slice droidicas. I'm going to slice Valerian real quick. There we go. Let's see. I don't know what to make Valerian do. You will be happy about yourself. There we go. Oh wait, no. They actually mention. I'm sorry. One of the people in the saloon mentions this is specifically in the middle rim. The oh God, I forget the formal term for it, but she says it. So we're not even that far out. Listen, I'm gonna need you to warp time and space to make your friend suddenly healthy, okay? Bullcrap! Come on, that's even where I'm going, game. It's literally my destination. I mean, magical substance that's exclusive to a single planet isn't exactly new in Star Wars. Kolto says hello. I will admit, I kind of like how it's not really Phazon or Tiberium or whatever else you want to add there. Kyber, yeah, that's another one. In other words, it's neat, but... and... Now, if this was Tiberium, well...
See what Kree was up to. Hey, BD1. What's that, bud?
I mean, I do rather like the aesthetic here. Alright, let's have a vision. I'm ready. I'm ready for the vision! No vision. Okay, well, we're dead. Should have had a vision, Cal. A vision of balloons. There is a thing in that room. It looked like just another, what you call it? Yeah. Okay.
Centauri.
Dagon, what have you done?
What I must.
Stop.
But you want what I want. Why else would you deceive the Council?
You've lost your way. Surrender. And we can figure this out, together.
Come with me.
It's too late for that.
Such despair, Centauri. Tanalor. You can feel it slipping away.
My despair is for you. Tanalor has changed you.
It's changed you as well. Step aside.
No.
Then I must go it alone. Centauri.
Get a medical droid in here and prepare a Bacta tank.
One of the ones with the infinite. You know, the infinite Bacta that somehow keeps him alive for centuries. Quickly! Sorry.
What'd you find? High Republic tech. Works with my grapple. Could help us climb the tower.
It is just a workbench, I was right.
She defeated Dagon, but didn't turn him in. Why? Let's give it a try.
Ah! Okay.
It works.
What's actually doubly funny is, from what I understand, Bacta was relatively new as of the era in which she was using it. I think it's for this, the launch. Listen, he's way too thirsty over her. And probably vice versa, actually. Overall, I actually agree, Righteous Sam. I think the problem, and I've actually encountered this quite a bit in my career, is that time allows you to smooth over rough edges in a story. Right, every story kind of starts as... You ever see that meme of, like, the beautifully drawn horse that becomes a sketch of a horse that becomes, like, a really rough doodle? The reverse of that is how storytelling works. You start with the rough doodle. You start with the rough outline. It's like, okay, hang on. And then time, and skill and editing, but really time more than anything else, allows you to slowly polish it up into being a better and better picture of the horse, right? Hey, hang on. One more. Okay. This is why OSHA exists, by the way. Anyways, the point I'm trying to reach is that ultimately these aren't huge issues. They're just holes. Things that they didn't bother or didn't have time to smooth over. One of the two. Kind of me.
Slice that.
Why not? Because you're not in the post game. Yeah, by the way, I am not 100%ing this game. Straight up, I'm not. I was actually looking it up. An enormous amount of the game that requires 100%ing cannot be done until post-game, until you have every upgrade and every kit and everything. It's like, yeah, nah, I'm good. Hang on. save before we do this. The saloon's awesome. I need to give a positive for that. I keep meaning to and I keep forgetting to. No, what I need is about 3 more perk points so I could get a new perk installed. Although I guess I could do that for the boss fight I'm about to do. The only optional boss I ran into was the frickin' frog. So I got the poncho. I just realized we haven't leveled the blaster stance, the fencing stance at all. Yeah, everyone calls it blaster stance, and I kind of get why, but it's really not. It's the fencing stance. You're playing as Dooku, and your attacks have... Like, your parry game is insane in this stance. You absolutely destroy enemy stamina bars. And you have reach, because most of your attacks carry a lunge component. You also have a gun. I almost don't use the gun in this stance, because I don't really need it. It's mostly just for optional stuff. Yeah, almost no AoE potential. Like, look, all this stuff is improving the blaster. I don't care about the blaster. Oh, the crossguard's great. Hard to use, great. Okay, what is this ability? This is what I was driving for. Oh, nice. But I can't afford it. So let's pull in Crossguard for the boss fight. And I guess I don't need my experience thing right now. So let's equip, where is it? Fortification. It gives you life regen up to a minimum amount. Yeah, the problem is I have very limited perk points because those are things you find out in the open world. Yeah, I haven't upgraded it at all. What you just saw was me upgrading it for the first time. Yeah, I've been able to kind of carry with it unupgraded. Speaking of which, since we're doing a boss battle, I do love being able to swap right before boss battle. That is such a great feature. That's why it's its own positive. Okay. Hang on. Let's start with the biggie. See how bad of an idea this is. Hazar.
Ravis.
Jedi.
Why did you activate the array?
7 minutes. Sorry.
It's been many years since I last took the life of a Jedi.
Why did you activate the...
I heard you. Long ago, Dagon bested me in combat. Earned my loyalty. We fought side by side until the Jedi betrayed him. It took many of your order to defeat me. And yet, they dishonored me. Denied me a warrior's death. And left me to rot in a cage for centuries. So, seems our destinies are intertwined. The demise of your order allowed me to escape.
And yet, nothing has changed. You're still just Dagon's servant.
Time does not diminish my loyalties. Without a code, you can only serve yourself.
Where's the compass, Ravis?
I owe you nothing, Jedi! If you want that knowledge from me, you're gonna have to fight for it.
Very well.
You fight well!
Now!
The burn saber! Goodbye.
Oh, come on.
I hate Gendai so much.
I've been waiting for this. For 200 years!
I won't disappoint you then.
More potent than any block. I feel the long-lost exhilaration.
I wouldn't be surprised if he has a third stage, honestly.
Need an assist! Little help?
We are not done yet! No! You Jedi truly know how to
No! Ah!
Hey, bud, Stim.
Literally hit the wrong button and almost died for one bad button press. Jesus Christ.
Enough! I yield. You have proven yourself.
Where is the compass?
Centauri Kree's observatory, as Dagon suspected. I have opened the way. He goes there now.
I defeated you. Fight with me. We can take on Dagon together.
No.
I will not, Jedi. After all these centuries, I still dream of Tanalorr. I had hoped to see it again, but... Oh, that is not to be. This Dagon Gera stands in your way.
You don't have to do this.
Only one of you will reach Tanalorr. Jedi, give me my warrior's death.
We should go.
Yeah, will it stay? Oh my god, his corpse is gone! New perk acquired. Yeah, can I get his mace? Anyway, so yeah, crossguard, am I right? Oh yeah, also first try, by the way. Good fight, too. I thought I was going to have to pull this out, but the moment I saw him doing nice big swinging hits, I'm like, nope. Nope. We need this thing. Okay. And no, I didn't see your comment, push-ups. Oh, right, I gotta quote the sequel trilogy. No one's ever truly gone. Somehow, Ravis has returned.
You there?
Cal, I don't know what you did, but those vulture droids are making a hasty exit. The landing pad's clear. I'm gonna bring the Manus in now.
Copy that.
We'll be waiting for you, kid.
Maybe Ravis was right. Dagon abandoned the Jedi code. Now look at him. Consumed by his obsession with Tanalorr. How is that different from what we're doing?
Now to start that entire sequence over again. Because of the kill plane. I'm giving that kill plane a negative. It's not a bad idea inherent. Plenty of games have a kill plane sensor like that. This game is way too aggressive with it. And has been the entire game. Like, it's silly how little distance you have to fall to die. If it was, I'd say maybe about 20 feet further down, or like, what is that, 6 meters, something like that, I think it'd be fine. Oh yeah, Witcher 3's kill plane was stupid. If there's no kill plane at all, then yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, no, I saw it, Mockingbirds. It's like, game? Really? Yeah, I did go through 4 healing stims during that fight. Who was the intelligence lady in the duology? God, I haven't read the duology in too long. I mean, Ravis was a great fight. Might actually be my favorite fight so far, even though I one-shot it and kind of smashed through him. I can tell you right now, that is a very well-designed fight.
It won't open.
Yeah, Ravis is here and over there and over there. Yeah, no, nice big AoE and reach weapon. Almost all of his attack patterns were pretty patterned, but still hard to deal with, so you can kind of tell they're coming and prep for them. Big hit, big hit, big hit, and then usually a red hit. Sometimes it's big hit, red hit, but either way, he almost always starts with stuff you can parry, finishes it up with a red hit. There's always a recovery phase after the red hit, which gives you a vuln period where you can actually hit him. Where the hell am I? I need to go there. Why can't I open that door? Is it because I literally didn't open it earlier? Is that what this is? And yeah, you could also interrupt him with a big enough swing. In fact, you probably didn't even notice it, but I was doing this hit. That's my heavy use force hit, right?
Kill the intruder. Understood.
Can I help you? I admit I'm not sure if you need something other than the crossguard to do that for him. Or to him. And yeah, I saw the missiles too. I think he only did those once for my attack, but I did see them coming. It was after he did his blaster barrage. He was also, I mean, obviously he wasn't as aggressive as he would be if on harder difficulty, but for the difficulty I'm playing on, he was quite aggressive. In a good way. So, something I dislike about some Souls bosses, especially more recent Souls bosses, in actual Dark Souls or Elden Ring, is they're aggressive to the point where there is no vuln window. There's no vuln period. You're just kind of supposed to sneak it in, or get at range, or just deal with it for huge swaths of time, while the enemy is just going bam, 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 bam. I much prefer the approach that we just saw with Ravis. Bam, 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 really big hit, bam, and then there's a few seconds. Just 2 seconds of, ugh. Give you a little window, a reward for having dodged all that, right?
Running from a blaster, better run a little faster. Goodbye, Loom Saloon. The location shattered moon. Hey, look at that, he ain't dead. How you doing, kid?
How?
Whatever you did up there sure kicked the firebug nest.
Ravis is gone.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So let me guess, back to Kobo?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, exactly, Claes.
Say, Jetpack, give me a hand up here.
Yeah.
Marin, I'm exactly as evil as Turbo Hitler.
Not now. I need some time to think.
Okay, well, bye. And yeah, exactly, Ect.
Where to next?
I guess back to Kobo.
Headed to Kobo's finest watering hole.
I know you're talking about now, push-ups. It has been too long since I read those books. I really should reread them sometime. Have fun, Kraken-san. I know that's a good degaussing activity. Why? Did Ravis die too soon? So, the game feels like we're approaching the final dungeon. Having said that, it does still feel like we're kind of early on, even though I know we're not. We're many hours into this game. It's really strange because the pacing of this game is so bizarre. And I've been saying that this entire time. I've been saying that literally since the first session. The only thing that could possibly make this weird or worse, I would actually go so far as to say, is that, like, so everything about the construction of this feels like we're going to our final dungeon, which will lead to our final conflict with Dagon. If they do anything to interrupt that or elongate that, that's going to contribute to that feeling of the pacing just being weird.
You're brooding. Again.
That easy to read my mind?
It's no Jedi trick. Just pay attention.
On the Shattered Moon, I saw Dagon confront Centauri. He was so consumed by Tanalorr that he completely lost his way. Reminds me of my fight with the Empire these last few years. Let's just say I don't want to end up like him.
You are very stubborn, but ambition does not drive you.
I just don't understand why she didn't see the change in him before it was too late.
They dreamed together and suffered together. A shared dream is not so easy to wake from. Is that what troubles you? Losing yourself?
Yeah. A little.
If you ever stray from your path, we will guide you back.
We've poked at the garden. We're going to poke at it again. I wanted to poke at it once the sun was back here. Yeah, the funny thing is, there's this big thing about the Jedi being like, no attachments. Attachments. Stop. But what's funny is one of the most consistent things, this isn't even headcanon, just in Star Wars, usually in like the films and shows, is that the Force users who tend to have the most, tend to have their heads screwed on the best, are the ones who have a support network. They have sanity anchors. They have people who help center them, who help guide them, who help get them through all this crap, right? In fact, you'll notice that Cal falls into this too. Cal got his worst when he had nobody, when the group broke up. Seer went off to do her thing, Grease went off to retire, and Merrin went off to explore the galaxy, right? He lost his family. And so he started spiraling. One thing I will give this game is there's the hint that he was just kind of spiraling over the last few years. I mean, he hooked up with Saw. I'm sorry. We've talked about Saw extensively. The dude is not right in the head. you'll notice he's been doing a lot better ever since these people re-entered his life and helped to center him again. He's gotta have that jet fuel. Yeah, no, exactly. He effectively joined a gang, for all intents and purposes. And yeah, we've talked about Saw. I don't want to diminish Saw. He's a great character. And many people have argued, and this is probably true, that he was necessary. That without at least one person who is sufficiently crazy and psychotic enough to keep the fight going for the, what was it, 19 years or whatever, that the Rebel Alliance would have never had that chance. But that doesn't diminish the fact that Saw is out of his goddamn mind. Andor was great for Saw. 100%. And yeah, you can't tell. I mean, we know Luthen and Saw have done plenty of things together. There's a familiarity when the two interact with each other. Oh, neck. 1 second. Ooh. Okay. Do I have? I do. Yeah, you don't have family. We just need faith, Arthur. Sorry. Yeah, exactly, Bregman. Just lean into the idea that Saw is just... Sorry, giving some positives, giving negative. Alright. Isn't that what I just said, Mockingwords? You can quote me on that. Mr. Runner, what do you believe about Saw's character? Well, he's very... So, the garden.
This garden's got room to grow.
Excellent! A new species. Plant it. I'll explain it to you.
The garden can use some of the new seeds I found.
Your effort gives rise to new life.
Can we, like, expand yet?
You've introduced a new species. After you plant it, I'll provide more detail.
But I don't... Okay, fine, whatever.
A new plant. Bet we can learn more from Peely.
Are you gonna let me plant? Why does it want me to plant it there? I don't want to plant it there. It literally won't let me plant it anywhere else. No! You know what? No. Screw you, game. I'm out. I'm done. Screw you. I put up with a lot, but that's the line. I want to plant it there.
I see you found new seeds.
Okay, fine. Hang on. Oh, okay. Woo! Alright, cool. Let's put it way over here in the corner, where it doesn't matter.
PD. Here? Okay, the seed is in.
This interface, I swear to God.
This would be a good place for it.
Ah!
Let's sow some new seeds.
This interface is so frustrating. I actually don't have room for the big plots. Yes, I have, Act. All droids all the time.
Hi, Peely.
So far, Kobo has been a welcoming home, and this rooftop's energy drew me towards it.
You feel a connection to this garden?
Yes, we will help each other grow.
Looks like you've already started.
Divines? Yes, they sprouted overnight. But there's so much more to discover. If you plant new seeds, I'll tell you all about them. But, much like healthy roots, do not overextend yourself. Grow the plants we have, and I'll clear more garden space in due time.
Alright, I have a question. I don't want to be indelicate. How did you get up here? She is huge, and this is the door size. Like, it would actually... I'm pretty sure she could squeeze her way up here, but look, she is almost twice her height.
You'd find seeds like that.
She's the rope.
I'll share what I've learned.
You know, actually, I'd believe that. She dropshipped. Oh, she knows how to bend her legs. Okay, she has the secret technique. Oh, jeez. Okay, what do we got?
Let's find out what this holds.
What do we got? What do we got? One stormtrooper. Oh, I am incredibly suspicious of that. Let's turn the difficulty back down. There we go. Let's go.
Not gonna shoot him. Eyes over there. The whole squad is down.
It's John Storm. Oh, and some droids.
Look out! No melee unit. You and me.
You know, on the droid one, it gave me a counter for the 180 droids I had to kill.
Cover! Over here! Take that! That's right. Can we win without gunners? That's not possible.
Good morning, Evo. There is a 999 one. Oh my god. No. Before you ask, no. Damn you, Evo. Stop pulling a me.
Alright, that did it.
Do as I say, not as I do. I notice most of these just give experience, which is nice and all, but like... I don't know. Perks. Give me points. Okay. Right, it wants us to go for the Stormtrooper area. Maybe a squint, it's kind of an Imperial symbol.
I know. Come on now. It'll be okay.
Gosh darn it.
You again. Just what is going on?
Nothing. Why would you think anything's going on? I am an innocent prospector, sir. See? Look at that.
Enemy here! Catch him!
Well, there's his leg. Just his leg. Okay. Game idea. Viscera cleanup detail, but you're following a Jedi. And, like, you're selling all of the salvage that the Jedi just leave behind casually. Like, think about how much Stormtrooper armor and heavy weapons we just leave behind us in our wake. Because we don't care, we're a Jedi. Like, that repeater that Stormtrooper just dropped is probably worth several thousand credits. I realize I'm basically just selling another salvage game. I love salvage games. You can tell because they don't exist. At least it feels like they don't sometimes.
I was not prepared for this! I got a hit!
Yeah, cleaner game, more mechanics. What do you want from me? I mean, there would be no gore. Lightsabers don't leave gore. Actually, kinda, yeah, hazardous. Amusingly, most survival games kind of suck, too. There are obviously some really good exceptions.
Not much to look at.
That would almost be funny. You enter an area, main character sniffs the air. What are you doing? Trying to figure out what we're dealing with. How would smelling help you out? Well, you smell how it kind of smells like a steak dinner in here? Yeah? That means Jedi. What? How would you know that? Pulls up, you know, severed limb. Do you see the charring? Lightsabers. Oh.
Another shard.
5,000 credits for a can. Yeah, can we make this a thing, you know? You probably wouldn't get the full 5K. But, you know... There's actually a little side story in one of the source books, I forget which, about people who are being paid by the Empire to salvage Imperial tech.
Don't let anything through.
It was an interesting little tidbit. The general idea was that the Empire was so uncaring / lazy that they were totally cool with people salvaging their stuff as long as they sold it right back to them. That's a good point. Look at all these animals. That's some valuable meat right there. Sorry, that sounds like a boring little short story. The thrust of the drama of the short story was that the person wasn't told they were salvaging Imperial hardware. realized they were when they were out in the battlefield salvaging it, and then realized very quickly that if that was an issue, they were out on their own in a salvager ship and could easily be taken care of. And so, you know, the whole thrust of that is just like, oh God, please don't kill me. That turns out, nah, it's cool. The Empire doesn't care. Oh, okay. Whew. Ooh. You know what that means.
Place is crawling with Imperials. Just gotta keep it.
Okay. Yeah, the crossguard just does not screw around at all. Actually, yeah, Meadow Lord. In fact, to continue this thread, one of the side stories in TIE Fighter is going after a Vice Admiral who is specifically selling Imperial hardware to the Rebel Alliance.
Not a bad find.
Yeah, at this point, I think the crossguard is probably my overall favorite. Yeah, knowingly, there's actually a cutscene where he meets with Mon Mothma. And she has a wonderful line, "We need more Imperials of your character." And even then, I'm thinking, do you really mean that? Or are you just, like, talking up to his face? Because, like, you probably don't want more Imperials like him. I might switch out Blaster, but man, that parry.
Spooked. This could get pretty ugly, BD.
So, default is interesting, because it doesn't have any of the flair of the others, but there's also nothing wrong with it. Something I've talked about quite a bit is how difficult it is to design a basic thing, which is still good. Space Marines in StarCraft 2, right? They have a gun, they shoot. But they're extraordinarily well designed. The pistol in Doom 4, right? Another good example of this concept. For example, we do have, it's not as wide range as the two-handed, but we do have a sweeping strike. We do have that, which is a stagger attack. We have the throw, which is exactly what it's like. We do have the lunge. And, of course, that funness. There's probably more that I haven't unlocked yet, but...
Visibility's pretty bad. Gotta push through.
It literally feels like the catch-all. It can do any job. It can't do any of them as well as anything else, but it can do any job. And I do like that. It does mean if you play the entire game in the vanilla stance, you're fine. You might have a few issues with some specific bosses, especially optional bosses, but otherwise you're fine. Do I... Where am I? I'm actually turned around a little bit. Oh. That leads over there. Well, let's hop down first.
Is that an Imperial shuttle? I don't know why they were flying in such poor conditions. Want to check it out?
Good morning, Ross. And yeah, that's true. It does have a lot of defensiveness. Later on, it gets the aerial assault thing, which I've actually already showed off. Better projectile. The dash strike, which is a nice closer. Aerial dash strike. More damage on a stagger if you use the aerial attack. And you can charge the throw. That almost feels like it's kind of a ranged defensive attack, because you've got closers, you've got sweepers, and you've got plenty of block potential. Double-bladed is, of course, committal. I've already talked about this. The dual, even more than the two-hander, the double-blade is full committal. You do an attack, and you're stuck swinging forward for a good second or two, depending. For dual-wield, this is the exact opposite of the dual-bladed. You can interrupt your attacks constantly and be very reactive. It also, I was sort of assuming it would have the damage potential, but it actually doesn't. It hits much less than everything else. But it's also extremely good with its super parry ability, basically sacrificing your force to perfectly parry stuff. We've already talked about the blaster. It's got the blaster, that's neat, but it's also got the best block of all of them by quite a margin, and the wonderful reach. And I've been showing off the crossguard constantly. I just one-shot Ravis with this thing. This is nice, big, sweeping strikes, and it spends its force ability to do either a nice, big horizontal sweep for trash, or a really good closer upward sweep for the big hit, which you saw me use on Ravis several times. I do kind of like all of these, and each of these are probably going to be multiple positives. Again, I haven't specifically parceled out that. I need to have time to do something other than dishes in order to figure that out. Then there's these force abilities, which I haven't been using. I should at least look at these. I kind of wish I had infinite talent points, as weird as that sounds. So I could just be like, alright, let's try out telekinesis. Alright, let's try out confusion. Oh, excuse me. Like, so for example, telekinesis, we have the yoink, come here. We have the mez. And we can gain the ability to raise larger enemies eventually. Another mez. Bigger groups of enemies. Quick blast. Quick, bigger blast. Blast as a parry. That. It's just... The yank and throw. The bigger yank. And the even bigger yank. Or slam, excuse me. So we've got slam, pull, push, and lift. That's fine. I'm never going to use those. I'm just going to be very honest. It feels... You gain force by using your lightsaber, and you drain force constantly. That is, I'm saying that wrong. What I mean is, it costs so much force that you're going to run out of force very quickly. I've actually already seen this. It's why I immediately walked away from using force abilities other than the lightsaber stuff. I don't think the kit supports being a mage the way it probably should. Yeah, no, it's Confusion over here is even more of a threadbare tree. What do we got here? So, confuse lasts longer. Confuse lasts longer. Double confuse. Whoa. Confused enemies get buffed. Ooh. Oh my god. So only humanoid enemies, you can grab one and force them to shoot their buddy. That's pretty far into the tree for something that limited. Confuse against enemies who are resistant to confuse. And confuse even more resistant people. So, by contrast, the telekinesis tree at least is a fully fledged tree. Confuse is kind of crap. The amount of talents you have to sink into making it just confuse, but actually works, is kind of bad, honestly. Like, you have to go this far in just to be able to confuse most humanoid enemies. And, you know, make it last longer, and make them do more damage. And that's it. Not impressed. I imagine if you completely max out the Force tree, some of these are a little bit more useful. Real talk, I've actually been thinking about this. You know what I would do? Having the Force as a meter for lightsaber stances actually makes sense. You know why? Because it's a build or spender. You hit to build, you spend on your big super abilities, right? You know that giant swinging hit you keep seeing me do with the two-hander? That costs Force. That makes sense, and I regain Force by hitting. It's a nice loop. I would make telekinesis and confuse cooldowns. No Force allowed. You just make it completely separate from the resource management of the lightsaber, from the normal combat. This is just something you can pop on cooldown. Whoosh. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Bzz. Right? I feel like that would substantially improve the overall usefulness of these two trees without forcing you to essentially go all in on all three of these trees in order to make the mage playstyle even viable. Just food for thought. And yeah, it doesn't help that there are so many things. I know we get the one free respec, which is nice, but then you have to spend levels to respec, which is terrible. I've actually been debating how I'm going to review that. Because, like, that's awful on paper, right? Oh, shoot, I spent the wrong thing. Let me go fight some enemies. Okay, now I can respec. That's terrible. It would be worse if it's an increasing cost every time you respec. That would be actually awful. Now that I've seen everything of Ravis, because he's totally dead, wink, his body did disappear. Would I prefer if he was the main villain over Dagon? I think he is a better villain, and he certainly has more connections to Cal than, you know, Dagon does. But I'm not sure if making him the main villain would really work. He really does feel more like the noble demon, to use the trope term. Cyberpunk Dispatch and Metro Exodus. Thank you, King Venomui, very much. Always appreciate you. I hope you're doing alright today. As much as anybody can be. I have also played games with increasing respec cost. Some of them have a cap, so they only increase to a certain point. Some of them don't. Let me look this up. Yeah, I remember when WoW had an increase in cost for respec, and that was exactly as awful as it sounds. Because it only really served as a tax on raiders. Or PvPers. Or both. Yeah, exactly, Righteous Sam. Like, the problem is, Dagon is a good, interesting character, but he needs that counterpoint to be relevant. Oh. Here we go. Yep, no, that's what I thought. Yeah, no, so it doesn't have an escalating cost, thank God. However, it does cost. Every time you respec after the first one, you just straight up lose a level. You lose a point. Honestly, that feels like a negative. I'm sorry. Okay. Can Darksider use Force Lightning to power electrical equipment? Malachor? Malachor? Malachor, no. Okay, so I'm actually done with Crossguard because I'm never getting those 3 abilities. I don't want them. I do want this one. And I think that I'm actually done with the blaster tree now. Good morning, Sean. Yeah, no, especially the other thing that's kind of frustrating is 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 stances and 2 trees of like force abilities, plus the tree of force itself, and then the tree of live. This is a lot of build potential that they're kind of diminishing by forcing you to really think about or save abilities or not spend abilities or whatever because of the fact that you only get the 1 respec. And that's assuming a player won't not notice that or not realize it and just respec because whoops. Or what if you make a mistake on respec? So this is a quick draw. I will never use this ability.
Okay, I'm ready. Can't use this lift from here.
Yeah, but remember, I only have so many skill points to go on this, so I need to be careful with where I use them. And yeah, it's high noon, the ability. Can I help you? Oh.
An energy conduit. You don't have anything for it, do you?
Okay. I mean, if I was GMing, I would say, no, you cannot charge something with Force Lightning. Because the idea in lore, for me, has always been, and I've already said this, you're not actually shooting electricity. Yeah, exactly, Dakota. Even if you are shooting electricity, the whole point of Force Lightning is that there is a malicious design behind what you're doing.
Arriving here once. Now it's a ghost town. Keep your sensors running, BD. I don't trust this place.
50,000 people used to live here. Sorry. Well, dead Imperials, always a good sign. Dead Wampas, not as good of a sign. God damn it.
I knew something was off.
Frickin' Wampas, am I right? I actually got a comment, literally today, about someone who had watched my Modern Warfare 2 R run, and had to go palate cleanse by go watching the Modern Warfare 2 run. Let me tell you, that's night and day. Probably Righteous Ham. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? And if you've played Infamous, that probably sounds familiar.
Great find.
For those of you who haven't played Infamous, you can literally use your lightning abilities to, like, resurrect people. You can also use your lightning abilities to kill people. I forget if it's in 1 or 2, but you can do this forever.
That shuttle crashed hard. Wonder if anyone survived.
Yeah, what I would probably do is, rather than having them shoot lightning to fix something, I would have the equivalent of, what's it called in D&D? Mend. AKA heal, but for non-living objects. Force mend doesn't sound like something that's that out of bounds. I mean, Jedi already pull apart their lightsabers with the Force constantly. And many Jedi learn, well, I shouldn't say many, several Jedi learn about mechanics and, electronics to be able to do stuff like that. So, reaching out with the Force and repairing a circuit is the kind of thing that I could actually see happening. Yeah, 1 and 2 blur for me a lot. I don't really know why, R-Spruce. The only one I could distinguish is 3, because 3 was completely different. For the Infamous games. Hi! Looks like each successful hit restores an ammo. I was kind of curious. I'd go with Dagon. Sherman Rose at least is, like, understandable and an idiot. Dagon's just a pile of dirt. That's how I would describe him as a villain.
Seems we gotta climb the rest of the way. Safer than going on foot. A lot of security, huh? Wonder who was trying to keep things hidden.
Oh god. A soul patch. Yep, okay, sure, cool. Guess I can't go that way. Ah, whatever. Can I go back this way? I probably can't. No. Dagon is Gollum without the charisma. There you go. Or without Andy Serkis, maybe? However you want to think of that.
I haven't seen anything but fog for weeks. It's the altitude. A lot of cloud cover this high up. Thanks for the explanation. But I've seen clouds before. These are something else. Easy. No need to be like that. I'm stuck here too, you know. Yeah. I've been wasting away on this mountain so long. Time to fight.
Well, I'm out of force. Oh, sorry. You don't get to enjoy the clouds. Sorry, buddy.
Secure this perimeter. I want no more incursions. Yes, sir. Is there any idea of what the raiders took from the wreckage? Whatever they stole, you are not permitted to know. Understood. Only those with authorization learn the ship manifest. Yes. Sir, how did this happen? That is what I intend to find out.
Get rid of him immediately.
You can't hit him! I'll make you pay! Incoming projectiles.
Just you and me, buddy.
Remain still.
Pretty big force sent to secure a shuttle. Must be something inside.
Okay, some dark troopers. Some droids.
Anything?
Really big gun. Two really big guns. Another droid.
Not a good day for these droids.
Some blasters. Okay. Good salvage. I'm looking over this thing and all the stuff we could salvage in here. Think of the money.
Got what was coming to him. What is it? Oh. You want it? All yours, bud.
Okay.
BD?
Uh-huh.
Time to go!
Some kind of electro dart? Next time, maybe run a scan before you start firing.
Electro dart.
Well, it's interesting. Prospectors would haul what they found on the summit down this elevator. I don't know why you care about all this stuff. Well, how are we supposed to control a planet without knowing about it? With these blasters right here. Any insubordination, a shot to the chest will sort them out. Sure, but the planet isn't one hostile. It helps to know how they move around.
On you, BD.
So that's how they move around. For future reference. And yeah, I find it funny. One of you did this on purpose, didn't you? We were just talking about using force lightning to power something. And BD1's like, nah, I got you, fam.
Launch it.
Not quite. Oh, shoot. I lived. No! Damn you. Oh, man. Droids. I mean, aren't robots already a thing in RimWorld? I swear I've seen one of the challenge runners I follow do a droid, or sorry, robot-only challenge.
Fire away.
No, jank. Total coincidence. I believe you. You might even say it was the will of the Force. Okay, I'm gonna wait a moment this time. And wait too long. Perfect. This should not be this hard. What's funny is the only other jump I've had trouble with in the entire game was this exact same mechanic. Having to do a wall run on a moving platform. Remember that? It was in the Lucre Hulk. What?
Hit it.
I'm going to succeed at this jump or die trying.
I know you're up there. Raiders, prospectors, it doesn't matter to me. Bring it on. Go on, attack. I've got a blaster with your name on it, whoever you are. Maybe no one's there. Maybe not. Well, go ahead and try me. I'm ready. Yeah, let them do something.
Okay.
This'll be fun. Oh, dear. You wanna keep going?
Your turn.
Get back here.
What? Oh my god, he lived. He lived. I can't even target him. He's so far below me, I can't target him. I cannot believe that worked. That's actually the first time I've done that in this game, by the way. I sort of thought it was no longer a mechanic.
Surveyed opponent's position. I am terminating your line.
Okay. Why did I come up here? Why was there some random droid over there? Just on the ledge, by himself, hanging out. Okay, whatever. You can terminate my life later. I'll wait.
I'll check it out.
Hi, Reggie.
Break over! On it! Let's do this!
Yeah, no, that was admittedly amusing. I would have done it more, but I was out of force powers. Note to self, save up force so I could do that more. Don't worry, I got you. You're gonna be okay. The force is with you. Just bouncing for a minute. Sorry, I'm a Jedi in training. Just bear with me. I'm learning force push and force pull. Okay, happy to help. Almost didn't get you that time.
Moving to engage. You want to escape? Turn yourself!
I love the way he scrambled for his life at the last second there. It was to no avail, of course. But it was a very satisfying thing to watch happen.
Now we'll see how tough you are. Take that! Come on!
What'd you find, buddy?
Hey, that's my move. Oh god, I'm stuck in the corpse. My hubris! No! Wow, he just completely no-selled my dropkick there. I'm sad. And yeah, that's always the problem with giving the opponent telekinesis. Why not just squeeze a blood vessel in the enemy's brain? I don't believe so, Kitten Fan, no. Where the hell was I? Oh, I just did this. Right? Hang on, where am I? This way. I think? Where do you want me to go, game? Oh god, these controls. I mean, Babylon 5, if you remember, actually plays with the idea of, again, squeezing someone's blood vessel to assassinate them.
I'll get you.
The general limitation there is that most of the people who are telekinetics are simply nowhere near that good. They can't do that precise of a thing, and they can't do that powerful of an implementation of it. Because telekinetics are actually really weak in Babylon 5. Probably by necessity. Also, for other reasons I won't spoil here. Alright, I have a full force bar. Let's do it! What? No! I got you! I got you! You're gonna be okay! That's the last thing he ever heard.
Let's keep going.
Oh, hey, ties.
That's a lot of firepower.
4 tie Fs is not a lot of firepower. Oh, sorry, 6. Half a squad. Whoa. Can I hit that from here? No. Dude, if the respec was fully free, first of all, it'd make my job a lot easier, because I could just go all in on a given tree, right? Play around with it, switch to another tree, play around with it, you know. I don't see any soldiers. Where are mockingbirds? I just see a bunch of targets.
Let's take the high ground.
All sectors remain on high alert. Groups Delta and Epsilon report to the hangar bay.
Are we expecting an attack? Keep your cool, Trooper. Is it the Raiders? That's right. We have reports of movement on the moon and from their base. If those Raider scum try anything, we'll blast them into dust.
I want to drop down and just kill them. I do. But I don't know if I can get back up. Fine. Also might be a kill plane drop. Although, you know, I should at least test that, shouldn't I? Yeah, let's do whatever this is. That only counts as 1, BD.
Come for us next. I got it. All right, let's end it.
Come here for a sec, please. Do you know what's about to happen to you? I blame you, Righteous Ham.
I can catch you.
Way too slow. That's actually a really smart group, by the way. The encounter design has actually been really good in this game, I've noticed. Think about the fight we just did. So it was a flame trooper, excuse me, 2 flame troopers, heavy droid, 1 heavy repeater, and a jetpack guy for support. That's a nice spread. And they have good coverage of each other's weaknesses, too. Also encourages you to think about who you want to kill first. I'm just making a pile down there somewhere. I'll stop playing around for 1 second. Hi. Did you think I could jump up here without a jetpack? Why don't we have Jedis with jetpacks? Yeah, by the way, 2 of the sentry droids at once is already a mean encounter.
That's the last of them.
Oh, I can, Uthor. I was actually just thinking, because you know I don't really prefer GM. I prefer the step right below it, hard. That's what I did Jedi Fallen Order on. I still think that would have been a very mean fight on hard. I probably would have been a lot more in this stance for that. But hang on 1 second, Shadow Machine. Oh, what's 6 times 17? 112? No, 102. I was off by 1. I'll put that towards bartender, dispatch, and Zero Company. Thank you very, very much. Always appreciate you, Shadow Machine. Thank you. Encounter design. Let's put that up here. I'm curious about dispatch more than anything else. I'm always a little weary of something that everyone universally praises. That's just experience talking. Okay. So that probably would have taken me several tries. Let's say at least 4 tries to push through that. I've got 1 stim left and I'm at half health.
Hold it right there. I won't let you through. I saw what you did to the others, Jedi scum. But you won't do it to me. Even your sorcery can't get through 15 centimeters of Imperial manufactured transparent steel, right?
Structural readouts indicate that we are perfectly secure, sir.
Oh, good.
In fact, my analysis indicates that it is perfectly impossible for an intruder to have made it this far.
What? He's right there!
A photoreceptive malfunction, no doubt, sir.
You blasted short circuit, you're gonna get us killed!
I say, sir, are you in need of maintenance?
Just call for reinforcements!
Very well, sir.
You should open the door.
I should... What?
This is an inspection. You have orders to let me pass.
This is an inspection. I have orders to let you pass. sir. I'm sure you'll find everything up to code.
Let's hope so. Weak minds don't stop them from conquering the galaxy.
I mean, the Republic did the hard part. I'm just saying. Oh god, you're right, Ezra.
Let's adjust our aim.
Yep, it is utterly impossible that he could have made it this far. What are you doing, you fool droid? I mean, honestly, a game where we're playing effectively a raw Berserker Jedi would make sense to me. After all, I too have played Force Unleashed. No, I am actually noticing that, Uthor. There's bottomless pits, there's interactions, there's a side area over there I could go to get some optional loot, and there's not a save point. I should poke at my blaster at some point. Come on. One moment, please. I've actually noticed there's no game set in the sequel era. In fact, there's a lot of nothing set in the sequel era, right? Like, we've got Ahsoka, which sucked. Resistance, which nobody even remembers. I think that's actually it. Not counting books. Not counting books. Books are everywhere. That's a gimme. Oh my god, it's Rick the door technician. He doesn't even have to walk. He doesn't even have to walk! Oh my god! Okay, I'll give you that game. If I had to fight a real boss here, I would actually probably have been legitimately upset. Because that gauntlet was insane.
I don't know if this garrison could hold against a raider attack. I know. Who would you want to win? The Rancor or the Gundark?
Rancor. Easy answer. Screw Gundarks. The working class. The backbone of the Empire, literally.
Okay. This is high.
That's some interesting graphics right there. I can't tell what I like better, the fact that it looks like it would belong on a PS2, or the fact that you could also see that on a PS1. Look at that! I'm sorry. Look at that! You can count the pixels! Moving on. Where are we? I was actually just looking around for the Lucre Hulk. But I guess we're higher up than that right now. No, it's a nice visual other than the extreme... Oh, there it is. Hey! We're not even as tall as the Lucre Hulk. God, those ships are stupid.
Long way down. We've come so far.
So there's some vultures fighting some ties. And that is a visual, I'll give you that. Also, that sells the size of that stupid thing. Yeah, this reminds me a lot of the Kashyyyk sequence back in the first game. Probably on purpose. We'll see where this leads. Probably to a boss fight. Excuse me, another boss fight.
Bode, we're heading to the observatory.
Already on my way.
Because, as a reminder, you can just fly there. If you do get it, Mr. Red, let me know what you think. I'm kind of curious of your opinion. Oh, hey, there's the obvious spot that
This is it. Keep pushing. I'll cover you from the sky.
I saw earlier. I'm sorry, 1 Z95 against like 6 ties, you're dead, dude.
These look modded. Probably for the high altitude.
I should not find this funny. Ah! I missed. I would love it if there's this gigantic pile of those things behind me. Just this huge pile of them.
Good job.
Oh, excuse me. Okay, here, come here. It's okay, he holds himself together with the Force. No, oh, come on! And we're dead. Yeah, cool. Yeah, clipping has become more and more of a pain lately. I have to go through an arduous and irritating process every time I polish up the clips to make it so I can export them to YouTube.
Raiders and imps are at each other's throats.
I do it. It's worth it. It's still irritating. Yeah, every death is just a vision of the Force. Use the Force to die!
Raiders already tore through here.
If I jump at exactly this angle, I'll die, so I know not to do that now. Yeah, I've actually talked pretty much every time I've streamed any Star Wars anything about how... I don't even have a good word for it. How inconsistent the Force powers are in all of Star Wars. The closest thing to a consistency is the fact that in the games, you tend to be stronger than in the book, in the movies.
Nice work.
Or sorry, hang on. So it's games tend to be stronger than the books. No, I'm still wrong. Games tend to be stronger than the comics. Comics tend to be stronger than the books. Books tend to be stronger than the movies. The shows bounce all over the place. I could clearly get through here, game. I mean, yeah, it is Uthor. It does irritate me, I'm not gonna lie. It always has. I forget which book. It was an EU book, but one of the old books had Luke just straight up flying. And the way they described it made perfect sense. It wasn't a perfect flight. He was just levitating himself. And I was like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. And then there was this pause, and I thought, you know, that would have helped a lot of times in the films. Why didn't he ever do that? Then I paused and thought, wait, why doesn't he do that in the other games? Or books, excuse me. Come on, it's right there. It's right there. Okay, fine, whatever. Okay. Hello? 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 Yeah, it's almost like animation is the way to go. That's something I've been saying for a long time. Oh, it did work. What? Why didn't it... Why didn't the fire show? Whatever, shortcut unlocked. Woo. Somehow, Palpatine got rid of the particle effect.
Be ready for some action. Looks like a big firefight up ahead.
We'll manage.
Good luck.
Yeah, Darth Vader just using a frickin' kaiju in the comics. I mean, this goes back to the old comics, too. You remember when Palpatine destroyed the Eclipse by himself on accident?
Let's move, BD.
Yeah, it was bigger than the Superstar Destroyer, Superstar Destroyer. For what it's worth, and I'm probably in the minority in this, I kind of prefer it when Star Wars is a little bit lower tier. At least on the superpower side of things. Like, I don't mind Star Wars being high tier in terms of its tech, its resources, its war, ships, you know, cool. That actually kind of tracks. Star Wars is an old setting, which has been at war for a long time. There's a bit of logic to that. But, like, the Force users, I'm kind of cool when they're lower tier. Yeah, I want the Jedi to be people, not, you know, Superman. Not that Superman isn't well-written periodically, but you get my point. You get my point. Or, yeah, or just two Forceless stories. Normally I'd let you live. Hey, how long do you think it's going to take you to get to the ground? Excuse you? This is just ruining my fun here.
A wound is just a wound. Do better.
I mean, I've been having this argument for years at this point. If you want things to be big and fat, flashy and all that, animate them. I have been arguing for a very long time that Star Trek should have just been an animated series from the beginning. What do you think? Just cuts for a couple of minutes. So the first thing he's thinking is, ah! And then he's like, how much further do I have to fall? And then he's gonna get like contemplative, right? Like, I never told Susie how I felt. I mean, if there's one thing I will say Japan is definitively ahead of the States in, it's the fact that they can acknowledge that anime is an actual art form and not for kids. Yes, I know we are finally getting out of that. But the fact that it's taken 30 years in order to accomplish that is ridiculous.
Imperials met their match. Dagon's nowhere to be seen.
Well, we got a good idea where he's headed. Meet you at the top.
I'm firing now. You're good with that laser sword.
No, exactly, Mad Overlord. Japan has many, many, many issues, but, like, at least that's not one of them. I love the banter. I love these droids so much. Droids, stormtroopers, and raiders.
Hang on.
Okay, this is just straight up a Twilight Princess stage at this point. Oh, absolutely hazardous. Again, I don't like anime, but that's a personal preference. I would never gainsay it as an art form. That's just stupid. You gonna turn for me? You're not gonna turn for me, are you? It's okay, I'll just get on top of the thing. That'll work out. Okay. There we go. Hey, hey, hey. You don't, like, plummet to your death this time, Cal. Could you do that for me? But I wanna! No, you can play with your friends after you're done not plummeting to your death. Okay.
Perfect timing.
Hold you one. I'll find a place to land.
So anyways.
What do you want with the observatory?
What? We're just following orders.
Just a pawn? Do you carry a communication device?
Why is he just hair?
Activate it.
What?
My name is Dagan Gera. Your attack here has failed and your soldiers' lives are forfeit.
I did what you asked, so let me go.
Okay.
All right.
That's why he's so powerful. It's his hair. What was that, Samson?
Almost here. I can feel it. All those years on this backwater planet will be worth it. For Tanalor. Ravis, I will forge the way there in your honor. Your blood,
My blood.
Jedi! I'll prove I'm stronger than a Jedi!
You are not.
Lightsaber can mean only one thing.
So how far do you think it is down? Like, how long do you think they're going to be plummeting there? 40 seconds? 30? Something like that. It's going to be a bit. Just long enough, I think. A minute would mean we are very high up. He would also hit terminal velocity in a minute.
Never have enough of these.
Oh no, the guys in Coruscant are still falling. Ah!
pathetic. You kept me waiting, Jedi. Dagan Gera chose me to end your pathetic little life.
The master chose poorly.
You got me!
Dagan's throwing everything he has at us, huh?
That'd be great. Attention! Hey, I'm falling. Can you save me? Where are you, trooper? I'm falling over section 338, level. I think I just passed level 1200 something. All right, give us a second, troop. Thank you for your service. What do you mean, thank you for my service? You've given us valuable intel on where the enemy is. Your sacrifice will not be forgotten. What? No! You don't come help me, I'll just start singing really badly into the mic. You wouldn't dare. Oh, yeah? I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. Okay, fine. We'll send over a shuttle. Shoot him as soon as you see him.
Won't open from this side.
Oh, thank God. You're coming to save me. Ah!
Let's change the angle.
I can't tell what I'm aiming at here. That looks like a graphics bug. Tell you what, we've determined we can't catch you because you're already going terminal velocity. Okay. Would you like us to patch you into anybody? Oh god, it's actually over there, isn't it? It is! Oh my god, the cell... It's look at it! Look at it! It's... Yeah, oh! No, look! That's where it ends up! Oh my god, that's where it ends up. Oh my god. Is that my destination? It is my destination. Let's try this. What? It's Frankenborg.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Had to swat a few bedlam flies to make a landing.
No problem. We got a whole swarm of them up ahead.
Nah. You ready for this, brother?
Let's get that compass.
Imps are just about cleaned out of here, huh?
They underestimated the Bedlam Raiders.
Dagon may be delusional, but he's got an army that believes in him.
They think he's taking them to Tanalor.
Over my dead body.
Also, I hate to correct you, but had an army. Yep, there it is, the pile of junk. Don't mistake me, I have a personal fondness for the Z95 as well. But seriously, these things are terrible. Like, if you think bottom of the rung starfighter that still has the ability to fight at all, this is it. Where am I going? Huh? Yeah, also doesn't have a hyperdrive. Oh, don't even get me started on the X-Wing. Every time the X-Wing comes up, I get slightly angry about it. Like, just a little bit. It is such a stupid ship. I was actually thinking for our wars, we might literally keep track of individual X-Wings, because they only have, you know, however many. X, you might even say, of them. It's like maybe they start with 18. No, see, here's the problem with the X-Wing. The X-Wing's a hero ship, which is fine, except the Alliance has bagrillions of them. The X-Wing should be a hero ship, right? It's just, of course I get it somewhere. It should be the kind of thing that Rogue Squadron uses, or Luke uses, or whatever, right? Yeah, it's your super duper ship, which makes sense, because it is. The X-Wing is ridiculous. That's what pisses me off about the X-Wing. It's this Omega hyper ship of awesome. And it's just the generic Alliance ship, right? Like, that's it. That's what it is. It is the iconic ship instead of being, you know... this... Yeah, hyperdrive, shields, blasters, ion cannons, and torpedo tubes. In a ship that is very, has a ridiculous engine output. That's a good question, actually. Nope, as soon as I pull one, the other one dies.
Will you look at this place? Incredible. Just incredible.
I like the idea the boat was just sitting there watching us die over and over. Like, you coming? Give me a few more corpses. Okay. You know, that actually might be true, because the X-Wing, for lack of a better way to put this, doesn't have a hyperdrive in A New Hope. No, really. Think about it.
As he tried to escape.
Please, I surrender!
This is the army that ended the mighty Jedi Order? Kill him.
Hi, Ismir.
Just look at this tech. You know, my daughter loves gadgets.
Yeah?
Her favorite is this black market scanner I took off a HUD enforcer. What a mess of a father I've been.
Nobody's perfect. You're fighting to give her a better life.
You're right. All of this. It's for her.
When I eventually betray you, Cal, it's for her.
Hope we're not too late. If Dagon gets off planet with the compass.
He flies out of here and we never see him again.
Well, then let's pick up the pace. Make sure that doesn't happen.
Where are all the raiders?
I don't like the look of this.
And they're all dead, obviously.
You sure you want to push that button?
Do we have a choice?
All right, let's do this. One for you, one for me.
Kind of you to share.
Eliminate the Jedi.
Fight coming. You ready, brother?
Jedi.
Damn it, I thought he'd charge.
My brother, you are lethal.
Look, Band Guards are legit. That's all I'm saying. Replace stormtroopers with them. And then we got something going on. Right, team attacks. I not only forgot those existed, I don't actually know how to do them. So we'll see if I can manage some of those. Too expensive. Yeah. Considering how much imminent domain the Empire's already claimed. Nah, not quite. That doesn't feel like sunk cost. That feels like getting something for tomorrow, Mr. Red. Which, you know, normally would be a good thing. Yeah, I hear something. There it is.
I'm with you, Cal.
You know how to use that.
Let's go. Take advantage. Going in.
Hit him back. That's another. Fuck it up.
Pursuing the target.
Need some help?
Yeah, that's the funny thing. The Empire could probably afford substantially better hardware across the board, but they're too busy building the Death Stars. Which makes sense in both the EU and the AU, amusingly enough. In the EU, it's because Tarkin, like just straight up. In the AU, it's because Palpatine does not want to have anything to do with the galaxy, and so wants a cheap, easy solution to not having to be the Emperor. So he can wander off and go become God.
Time to get after it. Guess we found the party.
I do know there's more to it than that. I know there was a lot of internecine fighting. Thrawn actually nearly... I don't want to say nearly. Thrawn was making a pretty good argument for not making the Death Star. The problem is Thrawn is like the most terrible person in the world at being a politician. I swear the dude's autistic. So when he was going up against Krennic, Krennic was able to outmaneuver him in the meeting room.
That's nothing. Takers for round 3?
Round 3 already? I've lost count.
I know, Righteous Ham. I'm actually with you on that. I always kind of liked the rule on high as Sultan motive for Palpatine, more than the I want to become God motive. No, as Miristar. And I don't know anything about deep, substrated... sorry.
What do you think you're doing with that thing?
Jedi stuff. Don't worry about it.
Show off.
What? 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 Okay. I'm never going to watch it as Miristar. Literally never. It's completely personally vetoed. It can go straight to hell. I spit upon it. Patooey, patooey. And the balloon was like, no, no, no. This is your life now. Or death, I suppose.
Nice find. Let's take this back to Z.
Andor Season 1 is some of the best Star Wars I've ever seen. I will continue to pretend that Andor Season 2 does not exist. I guess up? Let's try up. Andor Season 2 includes an attempted rape scene. And I can actually say a lot about that. In fact, I have. The reason I'm not right now is because I've talked about it so much, I'm sure people are tired of hearing me talk about it. There's an invisible wall there. There's an invisible wall there. But what it boils down to, if you break it all down and move past all the details and whatnot, is I legitimately don't think that belongs in Star Wars. I legitimately think that actually kind of smears Star Wars as a setting. So... Now what? Go the way you just went. Okay. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Okay. So this is saying... Oh, God, these camera controls. I don't think literally anybody agrees with me on that, and that's honestly fine. That's not really the point of that. I can go up in the middle, it looks like. Oh, that pisses me off in Trek in general. Nemesis is not the first time we've seen something like that with Troy. Again, I can and have talked pretty extensively about this topic. Some people like to use the argument that, well, it's perfectly logical that horribly disgusting things will happen in fiction because human beings are human beings and blah, 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 whatever. But the most obvious counter-arguments for that are, A, it doesn't really matter how realistic things are, because this isn't reality. I know that this, and I know this is going to be a shock. I know this is going to blow your minds. Star Wars is not real. I know, just bear with me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be humorous to add some levity at the moment, but for real, believe it, realism is never a defense for fiction. Never has been and never will be. People have used that as a defense for a long time, and it's always been kind of a vacuous one. Because there's no thought put into it. It's just, well, it's realistic, therefore it's good. The end. It's like, no. That's not how that works. But a lot of fiction invoke... God, look at how broken these graphics are, by the way. Do you see how just absolutely broken our reflections are? Look at that. Oh my god, look at that. That's just terrible. There are specific things that invoke specific tones. Right? And you're going for specific things when you're trying to tell a specific toned story. And that is something that I personally think does not fit within Star Wars. To put this into a little bit of a perspective here, even Grand Theft Auto tends to not dip into that. GTA, for God's sakes, think about that for a second. Warcraft would be another good example. If you're going for something, it's not just rape. Obviously, that's horrible and disgusting. But the point being that anything that you add into a particular work of fiction is adding to the overall tone of the work, right? And then they do messed up things with it, or good things with it, or bad things, or whatever, and that's all part of the tone that they're creating, that they're designing. And so it's not... Some people think it's about dark things. It's like, oh, you just don't like dark stuff in your fiction. If anybody thinks I don't like dark stuff in my fiction, they don't know me very well. No, the difference is there is a lot of specific decisions of individual elements that are put into a fiction, regardless of what those elements are, in order to try... I have no idea where to go. Pumpernickel, where am I going? In order to design the tone of the work in question. Because all fiction has or all fiction should, excuse me, have its own tone. Okay, backtracking. Got it. I should have known.
Expensive toys, huh? Those Republic scientists had it good.
So, here we are again. With a slightly new toy. Oh, absolutely is Maristar. In my experience, most writers wouldn't know how to write an actually dark story if their life depended on it. Perhaps amusingly. I'm sure you didn't watch it as Mirstar because you hate me personally, but if you'd watched my What If FF5 Was a Bad Game video, one of the things I was very explicitly making fun of was the tendency of writers in the mid-teens range to go for overtly gritty, darky, edgy, dark, gritty, dark, darkiness. The voice actors did a absolutely phenomenal job of that, praise to them. Try just FF5. There you go. Swear warning, by the way. And yeah, that's actually another thing. If there's, to continue this topic very briefly, if you have a police procedural that involves murder and rape and cannibalism and all that, those wonderful fun things, nobody bats an eyelash because that's the tone they're going for. The idea, intent, and point is to have a story that is telling what it's like to be dealing with the outer edges and fringes of society, the people who are so unpleasant that nobody else wants to even acknowledge that they exist. That's your job, you're the cop, you get it, right? I'm not saying they're always good at that, but that is the tone, right? Yeah, exactly. If you suddenly have a unicorn wandering around center square in Law and Order, it would screw with it. It would break the tone. It's the exact same concept, just in inverse. Is this forward, or is that... is that a shortcut? That looks like a shortcut. You'll see, Esmeralda. Hopefully. Oh, hi. Jesus! Okay, calm down, calm down.
That's nothing.
Face me.
Yeah, as a fresh reminder, I use the no AI tags for a reason on my stream. That's actually a good point, Esmeralda. You're right. And yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is actually a pretty edgy game. But it completely bypasses that. Power of French. I was trying! Just for you, I was trying to do more combo attacks there. Oh man, gotta get that edge in there. Gotta get that edge! Sorry. Okay. Well, I can only do it one-way game? Okay. Oh, Gurm is actually pretty legit. No, you want to... It's entirely possible that the person you might be thinking of, Mr. Red, is Uncle Vernon, who I will continue to use that term as a slur because of how little respect I have for him, both as a creative type and as a human being.
Observatory is up ahead.
Right behind the army of Bedlam droids.
I'm not into Invincible or The Boys for what is effectively the same reason.
Keep pushing. No holding back now. Almost there, Cal. This is it.
That's possible. Oh, this thing is live. Someone else get him.
Yes, the author of the Witcher series. I will admit I actually don't know how to pronounce his name, but if I had respect for him, I would learn.
I'm ready. How about you, BD? I need to center myself.
We got a fight ahead, Cal. I'm game if you are.
Yeah, Uncle Vernon. That's what I just said, called him. I'm actually pretty familiar with The Boys, the comic, because it was relevant to, you know, the field that I am participatory in. Right? It's part of geek culture, and a lot of people were raving about it. So, fun fact, I've actually seen all the way to the end of The Boys, the comic. I was not overtly impressed. The moment they got to the actual baby eating, I was like, okay. By the way, not a joke, for those of you not aware. I tried to watch the show. I got through the first episode and walked away from it. I'm gonna turn it up in a second. Give me a sec. No, The Boys. Invincible. Invincible was post Boys. Is probably better than The Boys, but is the same overall thing as The Boys, and therefore I just have no interest in it. Like, it's the same conceit, same concept. I'm not sure what to phrase that as. What if comic book, but also realism, right? It's not the first or second or third time we've seen that, because comic books are an old medium. It is animated, which is always a plus. I mean, that doesn't surprise me if true. Trihexia. Yeah, like I said, Invincible feels like a better implementation of the concept. It's just, I'm not into that, right? If I could use a specific example, we were talking about rape earlier, right? Spoilers. I'm just sorry. I realized that a bit too late. Spoilers. Spoilers. Okay, so I don't even remember his name, but the main character of Invincible is raped by one of the women of the evil Empire group, right? Trying to avoid specific names just because we don't need to go into that. it's not portrayed positively at all. It's not done for shock value. It is actually looked into. They do something with it. And so it has a degree more respect for me because of the fact that rather than just being a, oh my god, that's so horrible, it's intended to be a discussion point, right? Character whose name I don't know also has a scene later on where he actually is talking to his girlfriend about it and the sheer shame and disgust that he feels over the whole thing, right? Like, they use it. They do something with it. They work with it. Awesome. Thumbs up. Not my thing, but you can see how it is a part of the tone of the work. It's not out of place. It is part of the style of storytelling that they are going for, right? I actually have no idea if that's in the show. This is from the comics, by the way. Sorry, I should clarify. I say scene. I should say panel. My bad. So normally I would say, Pumpernickel here, and I'd say, spoil for me if this is the last battle. Because almost everything about the game is indicating that this is the last boss. We don't have anything else to unlock on the abilities tree. We've literally gone from the depths of an Imperial base in the mist, up a mountain, above the clouds, up to a freaking floating High Republic fortress thing up in the sky. Everything about this... Oh, we've also had some really mean and really fun encounters. So everything about this screams last dungeon. We've also already killed Ravis, and we're about to confront Dagon, who is, for all intents and purposes, our main villain. The only reason that I don't actually think this is the last dungeon and last boss is because we're not about 30 hours into the game yet, and I looked up how long this game is when I was deciding how much I would charge for it for the stream. Literally, that's the only reason. Everything else indicates this is the finale. I'm not even going to say Pumpernickel, because I'm right. Right? I don't answer. But I'm right. I will look forward to being pleasantly surprised if I am wrong. But this is not the last boss. I'm willing to put money on that. If this is actually the last boss, I will put $3 towards the game of your choice for every single person in chat.
Shuttles are leaving. I will not return. Seek me out, or go to Tanalor. That is yours to decide.
I guess he got the message a few years too late.
If Centauri had only stood with me, we could have convinced the Council that Tanalor was worth the sacrifice. Now she's gone. Ravis is gone. The Order is gone, and I am free!
You're not free, Dagon. You're alone.
Why are you here when your true enemy is out there? How could you let the galaxy fall to this unworthy machine of an empire? You think yourself a survivor, but you are a failure!
They haven't beaten us. Not yet.
Now who is blinded by the past? Within the Abyss, the Empire cannot reach us. I will forge these raiders into an elite army led by disciples trained in the Force at my temple. Then, when the time is right, I will strike out and cleanse this galaxy with fire.
We've already got an Emperor. Give us the compass.
And why would I do that?
Because I'm a father who's running out of options. And you're standing in the way of a better life for my little girl.
Oh my god, the contrast! Did you see that? I've been making fun of Dagon this entire time. And I will continue to do so. He's kind of pathetic. But you notice how Bode, in a few seconds, I mean, Bode's been legit since the beginning, but in a few seconds demonstrates character motivation and, like, depth. Yeah, and actual emotion. Better than Dagon has in the entire game. Because I am a father running out of options, and you're in the way of a better life for my girl. God damn!
You hand it over, or I will put you down.
What small dreams you cling to. Enough! Tanalor beckons. Fading.
Cool. Oh, okay.
Is that it? Die! Help him!
Oh, by the way, someone mentioned that not a lot is resolved yet. That doesn't bother me too much because it makes sense. After all, we know there's a third game. We also know that they were planning for a third game when they were making the second.
Get back! You miserable fool. You're still chained by the past.
You wanted to talk? So, do you want to shoot him while I've got him distracted here?
It will be great.
Oh yeah, there's that second arm. Okay, I need to get out.
Weak. Now, BD. You're terrified. I could annihilate you. The galaxy would never notice.
That's true.
You're an embarrassment.
That's true. This is our third boss fight.
Stop me.
Probably Luthor. That's what I would have done.
How pathetic.
Really? I mean, I'm kind of with it, but really? This dude. This dude.
Fight. Again. Yes. You're finished. BD, here.
You notice the ads are basically minions? Ooh, hello. Low health, high damage, put simply. It's a good way to do ads.
Lead. I did what the Order was too weak to do, and for that she betrayed me.
Yeah, exactly, Luthor. This would actually suck if those guys had, like, full boss health or something similar. Or worse, what some games do and give them just, you know, infinite health. You're not supposed to kill them at all.
You're an embarrassment. Face me.
Oh god. Oh no, oh no.
just one final act. Is that it?
Yeah, I'm dead. Yep. And I gotta start all the way over. Yeah.
You're still chained by the past.
Blah, 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 blah.
Fool. Pathetic!
Lining up a shot.
I did what the Order was too weak to do, and for that she betrayed me! There is nothing left but death.
Oh god, my clothes!
Buddy!
Okay. Cost me a stim to get here. We're back, but we're back.
I'm just superior. Child. Pathetic! Your demise is inevitable. I could annihilate you. The galaxy would never notice.
Toss me one, BD!
Fight me!
BD!
Weak. Dare? How does it feel to know that you're about to die? That your life meant nothing? Don't resist. You can't hide from me. Ah, yes. I feel it. Loss, suffering, shame, anger. There's immense power in such emotions, but you were too weak. And now it's too late.
I kind of like how we got calmer there.
The shuttles are leaving. I will not return. You're lost. You've strayed from the path. And you are no Jedi.
You
Goodbye. Yeah, it was always an illusion. Yeah, no, it actually makes perfect sense. His whole shtick was illusions. The game just didn't do a good enough job of conveying that. That's the problem. It's kind of an interesting idea, an illusionist Jedi.
What happened?
Or Sith, I suppose.
Some kind of force hallucination. Fueled by fear. I use his against him.
Yep.
Not so scary now.
Probably Gray.
Still in one piece. BD? Give you some good news.
Maybe Dagan was right.
You sure you're not still, you know?
Think about it. Tanalor's a fortress. We should use it for the hidden path. Gather allies, train. You'd never see us coming.
I don't know, that seems risky.
Everything is at risk so long as the Empire's around. Besides, you don't want Kata spending her whole life in hiding, do you?
If she's safe, Cal? Yeah. Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I understand that. But someday, someone's gonna have to face the Empire. Why not us?
An interesting perspective.
Let's head back to Jeddah.
Sure. I'm gonna take a look around first. See if I can find a manual for that thing or something.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. You saved my neck. Again. Thanks.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was not the final boss. Lore shock. Sorry, guys. No donations.
You go ahead, Cal. I'm sure the crew can't wait to hear the news.
Meet you back at the Mantis.
I don't want to kill Bode. I actually like Bode. I mean, as a character and, like, his actor's amazing. He's doing a great job. Which is funny, because Charles really was a great character and actor as well, back in RDR2. I apparently missed some experience or something. God damn it. Ugh. Oh, there it is. See, the thing is, I'm with Trihexia. I get that we need a motive. We need some reason for the, like, we need a plot hook, right? We need the MacGuffin, for lack of a better way to put it. And a hidden base hidden in a nebula actually counts very much as a MacGuffin. I also understand that most of these characters are mostly talking about this in character, not, you know, from a meta perspective. But I'm sorry, from a meta perspective, Tanalorr is not the super amazing base of Eternal Awesome. It is not paradise. It is not the perfect hiding place. You cannot tell me that if the Empire wanted to get in, they wouldn't. And you cannot tell me that it's just going to be the place you can ride out the storm, right? Now, the real question is, how bad is it? Come with me, my minion. Fight.
Hey, BD.
Kill and die at my command. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Don't forget the Nile already found a way in, somehow. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure the Galactic Empire could throw enough bodies at that to make that happen. That's another thing. Using it as a hidden rebel base kind of invalidates its whole secret hiding place status. In fact, it adds motivation for the Empire to find it, because, you know, the way that you keep something hidden is you prevent the enemy from knowing it exists at all. If they know you're hidden, then they will come and find you. Ask the Rebel Alliance how that went for them during the time of the Galactic Civil War. And I'm not even going to get into, like, the books and the games and all that other stuff. Even just in Empire Strikes Back, the central plot is kicked off because yet another rebel base has been found by the Empire. And they make it clear that's not the first time they've run, and it's not going to be the last time they run either. Is there just a save point nearby so I can just warp back? You know? No? Okay. Yep, okay. Yeah, that's... I suppose that's true, Blade Duval. Where is the rebel base? Now, to be clear, I don't think that's bad writing. It makes sense to me. Depends on how motivated you are. It makes sense to me that Cal would be clinging to this as hard as he is. In addition to the obvious fact that most sane, sentient people want the Empire to lose, there's also the fact that Cal has quite a bit of an invested perspective here. I'm not even talking about the fact that he's a former Jedi. He has spent 5 years of his life flailing. Yeah, exactly. You said this earlier. The central plot of this game isn't about Tantalor or anything like that. It's about Cal trying to figure out who the hell he is and what he's going to do with his life. And this is the first time he's found something that he thinks is actually going to work.
Oh, what a view. You'd have liked it, Shanna.
I need to focus.
Now I gotta find his Mirror Stars question. As soon as I do this. Alright. What was his Mirror Stars question? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is! I have to create a hidden base in the Star Wars galaxy. It's a city base builder. I love it instantly! Here's all of my money! But you're just a cell of rebels. Where would you settle and what measures would you take to keep yourselves hidden? That should be a thing. You get to pick, and each location has its own, like, objectives and scenarios and problems that you have to overcome, right? Like, I'm gonna pick Tatooine. Okay, so you have the locals, which have a high chance of just selling information on you. High discoverability. But you also have, like, isolation, so anybody who actually does try to find or infiltrate you, they can't, because they just can't, they literally cannot go across the desert. They can't survive the trip. And you have to deal with the gangsters, but the gangsters can be bribed. The Hutts are fine with working with you, so long as you keep them wet, right, or do missions for them, would actually probably be how I do that. So you do a few missions for the Hutts, and they're like, okay. And they keep you down. You get it, right? Like, there's all kinds of options here. That would be awesome! But you're asking me which one I would pick. So I just mentioned Tatooine. We've obviously got Hoth. You'd have to have Hoth for the fan base, if nothing else. I admittedly wouldn't play Hoth, except for, like, to do it. I think one of the most interesting places for me would probably actually, someone said it in chat earlier, I didn't catch who it was, would probably be Coruscant. There is so much you could do with a Coruscant base. It would probably be a general high risk, but very high reward. Because Coruscant is a gigantic mess of city and people and pits and machines and mechanisms that most people haven't known how to work or maintain for actual centuries. Just slide right in there, right? And yeah, the conclusion of that particular run would probably be bailing. And if you want to, I wouldn't turn this into a rogue, to be very clear. But if you wanted to, you can make this a rogue progression game. The better you do in your base, the more stuff you take with you to your next base, right? So imagine all of like the Imperial intel you could pull to give yourself access to all kinds of weapons or resources or caches or whatever as you bail on Coruscant. And then you land in Nar Shaddaa and you have to deal with all that nonsense. Greetings, two base master. And then you land, you get it. But my pick, if I could only get one, I'd pick Coruscant. Now, Scott Skywalker wanted me to ask about the third Dagon boss fight. Very strange fight. I would say it's about at the level of quality of his second fight and substantially better than his first. The fact that the clones only had effectively 1 health, it's actually more like 2, because they still have a break bar, is a good thing. The fact that the inverse section is very cool, but it also changes his attack patterns. He starts off with actually a fairly predictable pattern, which is why I was able to push through my second time through very, very quickly. Because you'll attack him and provoke a counter response, or he will attack you. Either way, he hits you once, hits you a second time, and then either pauses or does a red attack. Either way, it's actually really easy to parry, parry, dodge, or parry, parry, attack. Push your way through it. I did like how he still had the spinning strike from his second fight, and I did like how parrying that still did a huge amount of stamina damage. There was one thing I didn't like about the fight. It's a relatively minor thing, but when he goes to do his big punch the ground attack, his stamina bar freezes and can no longer take damage, and it's a full heal. His stamina heals all the way to full. You probably saw that in my second attempt. I actually had his stamina bar down to about here. And it was just sitting there as I'm wailing on him, thinking I might be able to push through it in time. And then he did the AoE and it was healed to full. All that progress lost. And that's not great. You should probably give me the ability to get around that attack if I can successfully push through it in time, or if I've already prepped myself for it. I also disliked how some of his attacks felt like they weren't really intended to be dodgeable, which can't be true. So I'm just going to say I never figured out how to dodge some of his attacks. Again, the AoE being one of them. Either way, good fight. I'm going to go grab lunch.